Good day, Merry Meet. My name is Glynis, and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to welcome everyone to my channel. If you have just found my channel, I hope you hit the subscribe button. And for those of you returning, well, thank you so much for joining me. It means so much to me. I got a bit of a big old witchy mess here, and so I'll try to keep this as quick as possible. I've actually been working on a bit of a diet spell for someone. And now, even though I do have my own candle going for my own weight loss, um, this is being done for someone else. So it's a little bit different. But I just want to share with you what I'm doing and what I'm using. And some of the herbs and resins and oils and things may make sense, and some of it you may go, what is she doing? And you know what, I have to say, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm I'm going by my intuition, and that's what I'm doing because I was contacted by someone, and I received the email with the information that I needed, some of the information that I needed. And I try to start reading, and I start reading, and then I get a photo, and I definitely start reading. And I'm not going to do any readings here, but I am going to share with you how I approach this. Um, I've actually started working. I have been working for days and days, but uh, I want to share with you their candle. This is the candle that I'm going to be working, and this is the sigil. And I have no logical explanation for the design of the sigil. I have no idea. Uh, their name is on this side, and this is the sigil. Which way? Why? Now I've actually sat, and like I said, I've been working with this candle, and I got to the point where I wanted to anoint it, and I used my High John oil. And I used my High John oil just mostly because I know it's going to amp absolutely everything up. It's going to supercharge it, and that's what I feel this person needs, is a little bit of supercharging, a little bit of energy, a little bit of get up and go, you know. And now why, like I said, I have no idea, but I did the sigil, and now why I've studied it with cloves, I couldn't tell you, don't know. This is just what I was drawn to, and as far as I'm concerned, this is going to work really well. My candle's going nuts here. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think you guys can see it. I wonder what it's protecting me from. Anyway, so I've got this candle going from him, and what I've done is on the bottom side, and I'm kind of still waiting to get word from them. I've actually hollowed this candle, and I can either plug it with the herbs that I've used, and then I've got the shavings. I keep the shavings, and I'll gradually melt them. And if this person wants me to mix some hair, nails, or whatever, I'll be happy to do that and get that mixed with the herbs, and I'll start working with it with the herbs and plug this candle and seal it up, and then start working the candle. And by working the candle, I mean, of course, getting it plugged, finishing it up, and taking it back to my altar. And when I connect with my deities, and this is some of the things that you guys probably will never see, mostly because it would bore you to death, honestly. But it's where I sit in meditation, and I connect with my deities, and I actually just totally zone out. But I basically tasked them to start working on this for me. I also, and again, this is one of these things where my intuition, I mean, there is some logic with what I've done here, some not, but I actually I've got a very sour, ugly lime. And again, the same sigil that's on here is on here. Their name is not on here, but so I can move it around. But the sigils here, and again, is plugged with cloves. And my logic was, and of course I've held on to this, and I've been working this nasty lime. And my logic is that when this person goes to go into a fast food place, to not only to help reduce their appetite, but if it will make them feel nauseated, kind of, this is what it's going to do. And that's what I'm tasking this to do. And again, that was my connection when I originally began with just a piece of paper. I tried to make that physical, spiritual, mental connection telepathically, making myself sick to send it over their way, which I know that sounds really awful, but sometimes some people need a wee bit of a nudge, a little bit of a nudge. And all they have to do is send me an email and say, stop, and I'll be happy to. But the herb blend that's in here is basically ground up, and the whole is in here. I have their photo in here, just like I did with mine. I put their photo in here. But the herbs that I've used, of course, are cinnamon. I used yarrow, and I love yarrow, and I feel like some healing needs to be done. Now, as far as in their household, I personally, if there's some healing to be done, if you have like one of these little tart burners where they burn the wax and it smells like really wonderful, if you can find a burner, get some yarrow like this, just dried yarrow, and mix it with some Florida water and burn it there. It smells natural. It smells very, very light. And it's very, very good for healing. I mixed some myrrh resin, bay leaves, star anise or anise, orange, dehydrated orange peel. And again, I think of orange as cutting through fat, and healthy too. Rose hips. I used rose hips and rose petals to give my mixture here a little bit of bite. And who couldn't use a little bit of to feel love? I used some moss. I used some red chili peppers. Some agrimony, and agrimony is to gain protection. I used some dragon's blood resin. Again, dragon's blood resin is to not only, it just amps everything, it aids everything else and makes it just so much more. I used some juniper berries. And of course, you guys know I already put cloves in here. I did use some sage in there. Rose petals, some sassafras. Yes, I love my sassafras. It's very good for to bring in wealth, to bring in money, and some cayenne pepper. And again, that's, to help you burn extra calories. And the last thing, I think I showed you guys cinnamon. The last thing that I added was some alum. But yeah, that's really all that you have to do. And that's what I've, put in here. And when I finish with this video, I'll work with this candle a little bit more and add the herbs either in here or wait or on the outside. I'm going to finish charging this. This has got several quartz crystals in here, but I'm going to put this back on my altar and work with this and this. And if they want to send me hair or, you know, whatever, I'll be happy to add it here. Otherwise, I'll just add my herbs and cover it and start working my candle. Let's see, I'm sure that I've forgotten something. Oh, yes, of course I have, my Palo Santo. And again, there's, just in case there's anything negative, whether it be, you know, a being or a mundane being, then that's going to repel any negativity. What I've also offered to do, if they want to send me, you know, hair, fingernails, or whatever, that's awesome. And if, of course, if they want me to send this, I'll be happy to. But what I'm going to do, and if that's only if they want to, I can send this herb blend in a bag, and they can, you know, if they want to work their own candle, they're more than welcome to. If they want to do their own witch's ball, they're more than welcome to. If they don't want to do that, if they just want the herbs, then I would probably put this under the person's bed who needs to lose the weight. But no matter what, I'm going to be working on this, and I'm going to work this until I can't any longer. But, you know, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. And I hope you guys join me for probably, like I said, Friday, Saturday-ish or so for my Imbolc altar. And as far as I'm concerned, this weekend, I'm going to start, of course, it is Super Bowl weekend, but I'm going to start celebrating Imbolc and, you know, doing a few different things around here. But I wanted to share my altar with you. And so, you know, just to absolutely inspire each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. With that, I'm going to say merry part, and I hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.